Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the sixth episode of Leadership is All About podcast series, which is organized by National Showcasing Team of AIESEC in Sri Lanka. I would like to take this opportunity to thank inviting me as the moderator of this sixth episode of Leadership is All About and the effort that National Showcasing Team is putting at the moment to organize this platform to share the leadership experiences the leaders in our organization have gone through. So today, our guest speaker is Mr. Pasindhu Mendis, the former member committee vice president for people management of AIESEC in Sri Lanka for the term 1819. And as the moderator, as the host of this podcast, I am Disnaka Ranasinghe, the member committee vice president elect for talent management and organizational development of AIESEC in Sri Lanka for the term 2021. So I'd like to warmly welcome Mr. Pasindhu Mendis for this podcast, the sixth episode of Leadership is All About series. Yes, so I'd like to give this opportunity to Mr. Pasindhu to introduce yourself.
Yes. So thank you so much, Disnaka. And I'm very pleased to be here, like very happy to be here and blessed to be here. Thank you so much, the National Showcasing Team of AIESEC in Sri Lanka for inviting me, and also the member committees of AIESEC in Sri Lanka also. Thank you for inviting me. And I'm really blessed to be here.
Okay, Mr. Pasindhu. So my first question to you, what does leadership mean to you? Is there anyone who inspired you to be a leader?
All right. Thank you so much, Disnaka, for that question. Honestly, like when we talk about leadership, AIESEC as an organization is all about leadership. But one thing is that everybody talks about leadership, but no two people would agree on the same definition of it. Because leadership, it's the definition of it, it's very vague. Because nobody has the same idea of like what leadership means to themselves. So in my opinion, like what I would say what leadership is, because I've been growing in this organization for the past 5 years, and taking things into consideration, I wouldn't say like a definition about leadership, but more like, like an insight about what leadership has been to me. So first is that I would tell you that leadership better the environment of the place that they work, of the place that they live. So basically leaders, if there are leaders, it's very easy and it's very nice for that environment to be, because I think like leaders aren't there to like order workers or other people, do this, do that. uh, it's not that. Leaders, for me, is basically, like they need to take initiatives of things, and also they need to like trust the people that they work with. Trust in the sense they need to trust their people, or like employees or members or whoever it is, like even people, like regular people. They need to trust them to like for them to like work efficiently and independently, I think. Then only I think it's a good quality of a leader, and that's how it is with leadership. Secondly, I would tell you that they need to know about their team and about themselves as well. If you do not know about yourself, I don't know like how you can get to know other people. First, what I would tell you is you need to like, get to know about yourself first, and try to like figure out what are the things that you love, what are the things that you are good at, what are the things that you need to improve. First know about those things, then I'm telling you to like, go and talk to your fellow members. That's how you get to like learn about them on a personal level. And also one thing that I want to specify is that take time to understand each and every person. This is something I have done in the time that I've been in AIESEC. So if you take time to understand other people, I think that's going to be very nice. And so also help them to achieve their personal goals, especially that, because people need their personal development as well. At the same time, while you help them to achieve their personal development, they will definitely take on the organizational goals as well. Definitely. And one next thing that I really want to say is that leaders, like leaders in general, everyone, maintain a positive attitude towards everything and anything. Like we face ups and downs, even if you are in this organization as AIESEC, like even if it's like not for profit um, organization, we face a lot of ups and downs. Just take for an instance, like last year when we were in the MC, like we had this when we were in the MC, the East attack happened, and this year COVID-19 occurred. So we do have ups and downs in organizations, in everywhere, in companies, at home, everywhere we do have ups and downs. But one thing I want to tell you guys is that like without there's been somebody to take all the reins and then push people forward with optimism, then that's not a place for us to be. Like we need to be always positive, always this energy should be there in order for other members to take that energy from you. If you lack positive energy and like that optimistic mindset, I think people are going to be drained out. And one small thing that I would like to that is that always try to praise people, always, like tell them good things about them, and don't make no judgments at all about people, because they'll feel less comfortable by being there with you. And also the last thing that I would like to tell you is that like if this world, like AIESEC, has only one leader, then this wouldn't be this organization which is leadership development, right? So I would tell that, like, if there are leaders, they need to build the next generation. You shouldn't stand alone. Like, if you stand alone, you'll collapse. You're a team. So by helping people, this is what has been to me. This organization doesn't only need one person. It needs many people to be leaders. So that's what we always empower. So I think like these are the things that I think leadership is about. And if I'm going to answer the question that you asked me about, like if there is any one particular person that has inspired me to become a leader, I would tell every person that I've met until today, like every person that I meet, they actually inspire me to become a good leader. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that amazing words that you have gave. I think this will be a really inspiration for all the membership that we have at the moment as well. So my next question to you is, communication is one of the major concerns when considering the long-term success of an organization. According to you, what is effective communication and what are the characteristics that you align with effective communication?
All right. If I'm going to talk to you about effective communication, like people would say, have proper communication. And I'm like, what is proper communication? I think effective is a very nice word to be with. And like if you are communicating with somebody, I would like you to tell a few things to keep in mind with, because people are not standing or not sitting in the same level that you are talking. People perceive differently, people listen differently, and people are different. If not, like we all would look like the same, we all would look like we all would have the similar what do you call qualities and behaviors. So I would tell you, if you are communicating with somebody, like maybe it's at home, you're going to have a conversation with anybody, or like even if it's like in AIESEC, or even out of AIESEC in university, or even if it's at your workplace, if you're doing an internship, I think like approach somebody with a lot of confidence, like go in there and then be like, oh God, I am confident enough to talk to that person. I am. You need to be need to have that confidence in you. If not, it's not going to be a nice conversation at all. And then secondly, I believe you need to have clarity of what you're going to talk about. Like be clear exactly about what you really want to talk about. Okay. For an example, I would take this very lame example, maybe. Like imagine like somebody is at my place for lunch, and they expect me maybe to give okay, imagine they're having dessert and they want the second round. They would not hesitate. Like, people would hesitate to ask, right? So this is a lame thing. Okay, example I'm just taking because it just came to my mind. And the thing is that if that person communicates it properly, like, can I have some more? I think that would make some more sense, because like, that person gave out a clear information that he needs more dessert. Yeah? I just took this lame example, okay, just to explain you about like how you need to have clarity about like what you're talking about. Because if you do not have clarity, I think it's going to confuse the other people, because they can't foresee you. They can't like look at your brain and have clairvoyance. They'll just like do whatever you tell them to do. Yeah. Yes. And clarity, and then like go in with a big open mindset. Okay, always be this person who has a huge open mindset, because if you're open-minded about anything and everything, then it's going to be easy for you to like take in all the things that you're talking with that person, like having the conversation, take them, like like don't argue with anybody. Try to like as much as you can to listen to them. Okay, because you are the one who wants to have a conversation with them, no? So even if they want to have the conversation with you, be a listener, be a speaker. And then number one big thing, like the big fat thing that I'm telling you guys, have empathy. Like, they are people. You need to come to that level. Even if you have that mindset, like like, oh, I am like this, I know everything, it's fine, I'm just gonna like be like with that person that is talking to me. No, it's not gonna happen. Have a little bit of empathy in you, because empathy has taken me to the position that I am today. So I am telling you guys, like, go down to that level, that you will like talk with that person on the same level, and you all would be able to like understand everything. Yeah. So be empathetic always, and these simple things can honestly enhance your communication. Do it for once and then see. Honestly, it can. And this is, I think, what people call it as effective communication. And also, two main things that I'm telling you guys is, please be an active listener when somebody is talking to you. Always listen to them, because even the smallest thing that they say might really matter to them. So be a good listener. I know, like, we are impatient. Like, if somebody uh, calls us and tells us, here, I have this problem, huge problem going at my home. You're like, yeah, Ane, it's okay, I'm really sorry, it's fine, just get over with it. Like, that's not something that you can do. Maybe like, because they are very helpless, they talk to you. So that's a mode of communication there. Yeah. So please be a good listener, because that being a good listener, I think it's one of the best gifts that one person can have from another person. Because you're listening to their problems, you're listening to their issues, you're giving them advice, you're giving them ideas, you're giving them all what's need to be given in this world, because you're a good listener. And then secondly, if you're having a conversation, like physically, I think physical conversations are the best, not over the phones. But if you're having a conversation physically, body language matters a lot. It gives that energy to the other person who's listening. So yeah, these are the things that I think like it's really effective in effective communication. Yes.
Okay, so once again, thank you very much for that very insightful words from you. So my next question, as a leader, what is the biggest challenge that you have faced while establishing an effective communication process so that every member of our organization feels connected to a common goal?
All right. So I'm going to take this example from AIESEC itself, because, like being in AIESEC for like more than 5 years, I've understood a lot of things, understood like how things work out, and like how people are also, how beautiful people are. So one challenge that I think like everybody faces, so it's like a common thing, like when you talk to like a set of people, they do not understand like in the same way. They do not. Imagine you're going to tell them an idea, they will like talk to each other and be like, no, this is not going to happen, this is not going to happen. It's going to be a collection of like criticism and things which is coming to you. Don't take them as that, okay? But I'm telling you guys, that thing that you're doing, like talking to an audience where you're putting an idea into the table, it's gonna be very clear. It's gonna have a lot of like clear cut things, steps, because if not, they would not understand. They understand it in a very different level, because they are in different levels. Not everybody can listen to you the same way that one person can listen to you. Not everyone can perceive the way that one person can perceive you. So it's going to be very hectic. So this is one challenge that I've been having like over and over. But like in the last day of my AIESEC journey, where I was the MCVP here in Sri Lanka, I think like what I did was I played this little trick. I had individual conversations with people, because I would go to their level and understand. Not that I'm saying level is like, like a downgraded level. Nothing as that. I am also in different levels when I'm like thinking about different things. But what I'm telling is that level in the sense, the level of listening. Not everyone can listen the same way. No, it's different. So what you can do is I talk to them individually, tell them like about the idea that you have, and then like try to come to like maybe like get feedback from the person. What should I change? Write them down, all of them, and then go to the second person. Do that. Invest your time, because you want this idea to work. You want this to work. Invest time. It's nothing, not going to cost you anything. Invest time in that. And then after that, okay, everybody has understood about the thing. You got a lot of feedback from them. Now put out the idea in a much more brighter way. And that's how I dealt with those issues. And I don't take them as issues. They were like, little things, which bumps which come on your way. So yeah, it was really nice. And that's one thing that I learned from AIESEC, how to like mitigate those issues, and to like go on with the things that we do have in hand, what we can maybe control. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so thank you very much for your amazing answer, Mr. Pasindhu. So my next question is: effective communication is a building block of successful organizations. How do you define the connection which exists between effective communication and successful achieving of organizational goals?
Nice. All right. So effective communication, definitely, it does, like have an increment of like, achieving your organizational goals. Yes, that's definite. So if I'm going to tell you what's the bridge, honestly, so I would tell you, like the higher the way of like your communication, which is effective, at the workplace, I think it's going to be higher results, higher productivity, and like it's gonna give you this entire package of thing for the employer or the member or the person that you're talking to, and it's going to boost their morale. Honestly, they're going to get something really huge. Why I'm telling that is basically, so if you take effective communication, how it's going to boost up your organization goals and in achieving them, I think like first and foremost, I'll give you some set of things that you need to like maybe think about. I think like you already know them, but like it's not something bad to like know them again. I think have a like defined goal that you want to achieve in the organization. Like talk it out with the person that you have, or like with the leader or with the team. Like have a proper defined goal, and then like have specific measurements for those. Like for example, imagine, okay, these days, like I'm taking this example because whoever I talk, they're like, I have exams. I'm like, okay, so when you have exams, what you need to do is that like in order for you to get a good grade, you have a plan, right? Likewise, you need to have a plan for everything. Like take your post-its or whatever you have, and like, break down the, imagine you have an exam which is coming, and then, like you need to like make sure that you study at least 1 hour per day, and you do revision, or you do like, you have a call with your group of people to like discuss about some case studies. Yeah. So those are the specific measurable actions that you're going to take. And then there's the like, communicate this goal, okay, clearly and openly with everyone. Okay. Like communicate it, like tell it out that, I have this exam going on. Okay. So I would not use social media so much. I would not engage in online games. So like communicate it with everyone, that like who is around you. Okay. And then like at the same time predict like what's going to happen. Imagine like your cousin's birthday is coming up, and you're like, oh my god, if I don't go there, like she or he's going to kill me. So okay, you want to go there also. All right. So that's a challenge that you have, because you have studies also to do. And then yeah, I told you to like inform everyone, like tell your mom, like, mom, I'm studying because I have an exam. Tell your father, tell your brother, tell your cousins, you have an exam, you're going to study, so everybody knows about it. Yeah. And then I'm just taking this example about exams, but it's like, as in the context of organizations, it's different, like, but it's the same set of things that you have. I'm just taking this because it's a very easy example to take, so that you can understand it in a better way. And then, okay, you have that party that you need to go. All right, now you need to adjust your message that you have. Okay, you took 1 day to go to the party and then like enjoy with them and come. Okay, why not to study the next day for 2 hours? Okay. Likewise. And then ensure always understanding with each others. Like don't be like a zombie. Like when you have an exam, don't be like a zombie. You don't come out of the room and all the stuff. No, don't be that also. So same way, similarly, for an organization, you have that target that you want to achieve. How are you going to achieve? Like you talk it out with people. You make the plan for the entire team. I'm going to do this many realization. We are going to try and achieve these many completions. This is how you talk out the plan, and then tell everyone, tell it to your teammates so they can help you with it. Yeah. And at the same time, make sure that you channel with these people, like always have this communication going on with them, because like you get a lot of ideas, inputs, and everything from them. And this is like a continuation thing. And if you don't get results, don't get demotivated. No, don't. Because you fight as a team, you work as a team. And always remember, communication is the key for everything. Always. That's what I've been telling to everyone. Communication is the key. Communicate it. Tell it to everyone clearly. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so thank you very much. So my next question, what are the effective communication strategies that can be used to establish a better communication network in an organization while increasing the productivity of members?
All right. Oh my God, I love this question. And it's really nice. Like, strategies for you to like have effective communications and to drive this organization to more productivity. Nice. So one thing, the best thing, the biggest thing that I would tell you guys, is basically to have a personal development plan. Guys, I've been here in AIESEC for like 5.5 years, and like one of the best things that I know about AIESEC, like in terms of work and everything, is that they have this amazing personal development plan that you can even use outside also. It doesn't have to be this set of questions or whatever, but you need to have a plan. If you go to an organization, you are a new person who's coming to an organization, and it's our duty to create a plan for you to achieve your goals personally and professionally both. So that's why I'm telling you, one of the major things that we need to do is that when having communication, like when talking out with people, have a proper plan with you, because you need to help them grow and you need to help the organization grow. Yeah. So I think that's one of the best things that you can do. And that's one of the key strategies I think I would like you to have or think about, even if you're not sure. Because you're personally developing yourself, at the same time you're developing the organization. It's going to be very beautiful. And then second thing, engage and learn, guys. Talk with everyone, talk with other people from other countries. You have your network is so huge in AIESEC. Why not to communicate effectively with them, talk, have really good conversations. I really love conversations. So have good conversations. Maybe it's about a passion that you really want to do. Maybe it's about the organization. Maybe it's about a partnership. Yeah. So second thing. And then third thing you need to remember is about the audience. Always know, if you have one or even 1,000 people, know the audience that you're talking. If you are going to put out a message, like I said in the before question, know about it, because you have to be conscious about the audience always. And then what is the method that you're using? Emails or whatever it is, make it very effective. If it's going to email, put some gifs into it. People are going to love it. People are going to they're not going to feel bored about it. And then I would honestly, one-to-ones, one thing that I really like, one-to-ones. You talk with somebody, you have a conversation, a random conversation while you talk about work also. Beautiful. You get to know that person so much. At the same time, you know what they want out of this organization. Yeah. And then guys, make it two-way. Don't always have this one-way conversation where you talk, other person listens. No, make it two-way. Make it a very nice happening conversation. Yeah. And that's gonna be very nice. So these are some of the strategies that I would like you to maybe use or think about, or even maybe look upon. These have helped me wonderfully during my time and even still now. Yeah.
Okay. So, as a former member committee vice president for people management of one of the largest youth-run organization on the island, how did you manage a situation where there were conflicting ideas or criticisms?
All right. Conflicting ideas and criticism. Not a person that could take so much of criticism, because I take everything, almost everything positively. And I think during my time, when there was a conflicting idea or a criticism which was happening, what I would do is that I was so patient, because I need to be patient. If I blank out, so it's gonna happen to the rest of the people, so I can't do that. So I had to be very patient. And then I needed to know what are the things I can do. I used to make a proper plan thing. If imagine somebody posted something bad about us on Facebook. Okay, all right, what are we gonna do? We are not gonna react at the instant. No, we are not gonna do that, because it's gonna cause a lot of problems. Be a bit more patient, and let's see where the root of the cause is. Why did it happen? Maybe there is a huge side from the other person that we don't know. So I used to always give, if I'm with some set of other people, I used to give them reflecting ways we can deal with things. And then we used to break down this problem into little pieces, and then everyone used to take a responsibility of a little bit of thing to do, and responsibilities were divided equally. That was really nice. And then what I would like to say is that when you have conflicting ideas or somebody criticizes you, you need to have a confrontation, and it's going to be very difficult, because I don't like that word confrontation. So I used to always consider them as carefrontations. You must be wondering is he mad? What is even carefrontation? So basically, I took the confrontation because you're confronting somebody and it's going to be very direct and it's going to be like a lot of harshness, like a lot of heat emitting from both the sides, negativity coming out. A confrontation has a positive side to it. Always like smile and then talk to them and then ask like, what are the things you really want? Like, like let's work the things out. Like, let's be transparent. Like, why did this happen? I think if we do have that, we can mitigate a lot of problems, a lot of criticism, and a lot of conflicting ideas. And it's gonna be so beautiful. Yeah. So yes, guys.
Okay, thank you very much for that amazing ideas. And from that words, like we can see the positive thinking and the effective communication is much needed when you are working with the people and an organization. So my last question to you, Mr. Pasindhu, there must be a proper plan to realize your goal and cross off each month as you work through them. Effective communication serves as a foundation for planning. What's your opinion on this?
All right. Yes, Disnaka. So a foundation for planning. Yes. Yes, communication, it is a foundation for planning. Through your words, through the things that you talk out, it's going to be a foundation for a lot of things which we do in AIESEC also. For example, like if you take planning in like national plannings and then plannings that you have in team wise or anything, like why do you do that? Like how do you do that? Because you communicate with each other, because you want to like achieve those targets, achieve those goals. Yeah. So I think like, like one thing that I would say is that when you have this kind of things, like as communication, um all I told you before, also always have these conversations with people. Very important to have conversations. And if you have some things in your mind, maybe try to journal, like try to write them down in a journal that you feel comfortable. And if you have like imagine you have a huge plan that you need to like do it. What I do is that my one of my wall is filled of post-its, sticky notes. So all attached there, because that's I when I do something I need to tick off that and be like, okay, I'm done with this today. So this was my plan for today. And I think like when you talk things out with somebody and then tell that these are your daily things that you do, you're building an accountable system with somebody. And I've been doing that and it's been really great, giving you lots of good results, because you are accountable for somebody and somebody is accountable to you, and you spend time on that person spends time on you. So it's gonna look really nice. And one thing, like before I end my thing, I would like to say is also, like guys, you all have given this beautiful gift of the voice. Like that's why I'm like telling about communication. So all these things that I've been telling you today, like you have been given this beautiful gift, which is the voice. Okay. How to use it properly. Only you know how to use it. And what I'm telling is that, like when you share your story with the listeners, like the listeners become a part of your entire journey, and it's going to look really nice. Because imagine you take in somebody who is accountable to you, and that person automatically becomes a part of your journey that you have been going in this life. And also, one thing that you need to remember, whether it is like one person or an audience of thousands of people that you want to communicate it, like they all are looking for a connection. You need to find where that connection is and make your common grounds with that person. And then everybody is very safe, very nice. Like they feel it's a safe environment. They feel like sharing it to you. And also, if you want to be like a memorable person, unforgettable person, and if you want people to like love you so much, make a stand. Don't just stay. Make a really good stand. like show them who you really are, not show them like, hey, I'm like this, I'm this person. No, share your story to them. Share your story. They're gonna love it. Honestly, they're gonna love it. They're gonna like be like, oh my god, yes, I want to be just like that person. Yes, I want to be. And this is all with communication and telling you, no matter what your message is, it's always who you're speaking to. Always remember, it's not about the message, it's who you're speaking to. Always remember about the audience, as I told you in the previous thing. Yeah. And the gift that you have given them, it's going to be unforgettable if you think about the people. And that gift is inspiration. Always inspire people to become the best version of themselves. Use communication, use conversations as a medium of them. Yeah. And then finally, I would like you to tell you, if you can take the maximum out of your voice, if you can use this gift of your voice, mostly every day, you can breathe life into people. And with that, yeah, that's all I have to say. Breathe life into people every day, guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Pasindhu, for that amazing words once again. There are a lot of messages for our members and all the people listening this podcast. There are a lot of messages to get, and there are a lot of important things to get, take them back from this podcast for their leadership experience and the roles that they are currently playing in our organization. So I have a surprise round for you, which is we call the rapid fire round. So here I will be asking, I will give you two options to select. So there will be around six questions, and you should select quickly and spontaneously the option that you're gonna choose. Okay. So the first one: morning person or night person?
Night person, definitely.
Okay. Second one: listen to music or read a book?
Read a book.
Amazing. Next one: texting or talking?
Oh, talking. Yes, talking.
Okay. Strategic or transformational?
Transformational. Yes.
Okay. Next one: thinking or feeling?
Feeling.
Okay. Okay, the final one: being self-aware or being solution-oriented?
Self-aware. One of the best things. Self-aware. Be self-aware.
Okay, Mr. Pasindhu. So that's all. And so once again, thank you very much for the learnings that you gave for us. And from my side, it's such a privilege to have this podcast with you, moderate this podcast with you as one of your successor in our organization. I'm really honored to do this podcast with you. And from my side, also, I gained a lot of knowledge, and I truly believe, and I'm pretty sure that all the listeners of this podcast have gained a lot of knowledge and how to interact with the people that we have in our network, in our organization, and how to adapt our leadership experience and how to adapt the things that we are doing day to day life in our organization in a very effective way. So I like to take this opportunity to invite all the people that we have in our network, all the people that we have in our organization to engage with this amazing podcast series and gain a lot of knowledge and see how the amazing leaders of our organization taking these leadership roles and what are their learnings from going through this experience. So finally, it's pretty sure Mr. Pasindhu has shown us in a very clear way the importance of effective communication to achieve organization goals. We always, every day, we are communicating with the people that we around us, and to achieve everything, it's all about people. So as an organization, we have a lot of goals, and at the end of the day, to achieve all the goals that we have as an organization, effective communication is very important to us. So be a good listener, be a good talker, and talk to the point, and at the end of the day, achieve all the goals that we have as an organization and all the goals that you have as an individual. So once again, thank you very much, Mr. Pasindhu Mendis, the former member committee vice president of for people management of AIESEC in Sri Lanka for the term 1890 uh, to join with us this podcast series. And also I like to extend my heartful gratitude to National Showcasing team organizing and put a lot of effort in organizing this leadership is all about podcast series. So we will meet again in another episode of leadership is all about podcast series. So until then, thank you very much and be safe. Thank you.